Good morning, welcome everybody. Hello there. Delighted to have another launch spotlight today with our friends from InventoryBase. Hello, Steve. How the devil are you? All
Hi, Simon.
Fired up? You looking good again?
I'm fired up. Thank you very much. I'll try.
That's good. If you can't get excited about a launch, what can you get excited about?
Exactly. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, look, delighted to have you obviously back on again. Please ignore the treadmill in the background, as you highlighted. It's not seen any damage, nor will it. It's
We're going to hold you to it.
Nice clothes horse for me. But that's not what we're here to discuss today, you'll be pleased to hear. Today, we're talking about inspecting properties remotely from anywhere with InventoryBase, your live inspections. So do you want to just give us a bit of background, obviously, about yourself and InventoryBase, just a quick recap before we go into that in a bit more detail?
Absolutely. So InventoryBase is the platform for producing, managing, and sharing professional property reports at scale. Whether it's inspection reports, inventory reports, tenant move-ins, move-outs, and audits and surveys, you can create a professional report digitally with a mobile phone in various ways, whether it's typing in, whether it's speech to text, whether it's audio recording, video, or completely in photos, and ship those reports in a click to your tenants, landlords, clients, to basically cut down the time to produce very detailed professional reports and safeguard both your tenants and your rental properties.
So basically, you've been very busy, obviously, whilst some of us have been snoozing and working our way through box sets during the lockdowns. You and your techie geniuses have been working on literally just making this as efficient as is humanly possible, really.
Absolutely, there's certainly a lot of box sets to catch up on.
Yeah.
So it started, Simon, last year. If you recall, we both got on and we talked about self-service inspections and lockdown 1, and we felt obviously there was a need for us as a software provider to obviously remain relevant in lockdown when the industry was told to stay at home, and a lot of our customers are outsourced service providers that do these reports all over the country for various clients, for landlords, for agents, and the agents themselves obviously that do in-house reports. And we've got a really nice platform where agents collaborate with suppliers. Both people are users of the system, and it can be a really nice sort of two-way process, whether you want to do reports in-house or outsourced. And so we added the self-service element to give that third element, to allow you to send a report to a tenant so that they could go around and in a structured way to follow a checklist, follow prompts, take photos, provide feedback on their tenancy, their fitness of the property, heating and all the basics that you need to survive there, so that the agents could just rest assured that their tenants were okay. And what we think by about 6 months in, we had around sort of 18 to 20,000 self-service inspections being done by then. It was a great milestone. And many of the conversations with the agents said, you know what, this is the kind of system that we feel will work for us going forward. 4 inspections a year on average. If we could cut down half of them by combining self-service with attended inspections, we could reduce the number of attended inspections, save some money, and still provide that service. So it got important to people to make that part of their management service. And then we realized that probably about 1/3 of those recipients, of those tenants, didn't get on very well with downloading an app and doing reports themselves, and that's fine. So we felt like there was more we could do. And what we found actually is some of our customers gave us great feedback, and that's really how we've developed our software from when we launched in 2012 to today. It's been very customer driven, feedback driven. And what we found is people were liking the idea of getting, for example, jumping on WhatsApp, having a video call with the tenant, walking around, and the tenant was able to take photos. And at the end of the call, they could say, could you just, upload all your photos into this WhatsApp call, which they could then take all the photos off and they could put them into a report, and they can manually produce a report for their landlords. So we've taken that process, that idea, and we've streamlined it. And we've made it part of InventoryBase as part of the self-service module. So you can now book a live inspection, which very simply sends a code over to the tenant with a link to download the app. Obviously, a very easy, magical link that will, if you don't have the app, it will download the app. If you do have the app, it will log you straight in and connect you straight to your property manager, and then allow you to go live as such, so that you're streaming through your cameras, if your phones or your device's camera, streaming the property while being led and speaking directly with your property manager. So the property managers are on the InventoryBase desktop web portal, and they're seeing in a screen through the tenant's camera, and they're able to guide the tenant around the property, to ask them to look around various areas of the property, and prompt them to take photos. And those photos then are uploaded in the background, high quality, because obviously you can't get a great photo from a stream. And so we've combined the photo taking with the streaming in order for those photos to then really just arrive in the right place onto your report, without the extra admin of having to download them off of WhatsApp to upload them to the website and things like that. So the whole process from end to end is very streamlined in that it's super simple. It's the easiest possible combination of getting a tenant to receive and to process, and to do that connection with you. It's super slick, all from a link, and makes it very easy for them. But then it's super simple for both parties involved to just look around the property, get eyes on the property. And it's done in a sort of private way, where the tenant doesn't necessarily have to be dressed, because it's all coming out the other side unless they cross a mirror. But it just gives that one-on-one communication, and a professional who needs eyes on the property, and doesn't, whether it's the tenants aren't used to where they're going around the property, or whether it's you want a full and accurate account. They don't have to travel. They can get eyes on the property as they would. You can get right up close to objects and zoom in and zoom out and things like that, and get high quality photos. And they're there to provide that assurance, that professional eye to everything, and oversee. And so what we're thinking actually is it went beyond just live inspection to tenants. It can actually have applications into all sorts, whether it's training, whether it's other types of inspections. We're really excited in terms of the application of this.
Sounds really good. And I think I've got a video that so provided my techie skills will allow me to do this, let's have a watch of this. First time I've seen it, but let's just show the video. And as usual, it's on the other one there. There we go. Right.
So as you can see, it's giving the ability to, while you're looking through the tenant's device, you're answering those checklists. So even if it's not the management, team, it can be any property manager. You can set up templates with checklists, which we provide obviously out of the box. But that allows you to be tailored according to your company or what your clients want from that report. And it's the property manager who's filling out and answering the report, themselves, while having the tenant guide them round.
It's exceptional. And by the way, just not that I should give tips to anybody else for you, but for any suppliers watching, that's how you do a product launch video: quick, succinct, and really, really clear. So congratulations on that. That's a really nice, simple explanation of exactly what goes on there. Well done there. So talk us through, is this a separate add-on, or is it going to be included in your clients' normal packages? Just talk us through the commercials.
Yeah, so from the way that we've developed the infrastructure, it's peer-to-peer, which means when you connect with your property manager, you're connecting directly. And by doing that, we've been able to avoid the costs associated with streaming through our service. And by doing that, we've been able to include this module for free to existing customers.
Oh, wow, great.
It requires a team plan in order to sign up. So for basically a fixed price of £50 a month, you'll have access to the entire software. There is an enterprise plan with more features, but in terms of the live inspections, they're included on the team plan and above. And with the Kerfuffle deal, I think you get 3 months for the price of one with your deal. I might have jumped ahead there, but that allows you during this time, while we're still in lockdown, to really, for a set price of £50, you've got 3 months use of live inspections,
to
unlimited.
really be able to test it, figure out if this is part of your mix going forwards, which is nice.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of those kind of ones, so that's really nice. Obviously the enterprise option there for people like me who can't help ourselves. I think all you can eat is basically a very normal thing. Okay, so that's really good. And is this a launch? Is it literally gone live? Have you been beta testing it with people? Where is it up to? Have you got clients live?
We did a little bit of a test. So we launched it out. We beta launched it out in November, back end of November. We wanted to get it out. Obviously, we'd just come out of lockdown at the beginning of November. We knew it wasn't going away anytime soon, and obviously we were kept in the tiers. And for those reasons, we obviously wanted to expedite the development. And we launched out on iOS first. So as of the last month, the app's only been available on iOS, but I'm pleased to say today it's launching on Android as well. I know a lot of our customers have been getting onto our case about getting Android out there, because it is 50% of the market.
I was going to say, you're telling me not everyone's an Apple whore like me. So
no, unfortunately not. So that has been the drawback in the last month of rolling it out. Yeah. But we felt that we wanted to get it out earlier, so at least 50% of the market can benefit from the extra, the new technology, the service.
The way you should be portraying that is you haven't been the guinea pigs. Not that I'm sure that's what the other ones were, but anyway, it's good to get all that feedback, and I don't think anyone can blame you. It's an incredibly tricky business, isn't it? Deploying on multiple platforms and keeping it
Absolutely.
up. So I think it'd be a bit unfair for anyone to judge you on that, but that's great. So you've got them all covered basically on that. And talk us through what is the feedback? I'm assuming it's been very positive, but self-service in itself is just becoming a massive thing, isn't it? About carrying that all the way through.
Absolutely. I mean, we have one customer who they found a good opportunity to offer their clients, a middleman service throughout the whole country. And so some of our customers work with, the largest companies across the UK, the Countrywide LSL, the Property Franchise Group, the Belwell Group. There's lots of outsourced providers out there, and some of them have brought this service in, of course. And InventoryBase has been very good to kind of lead the way and add as much as possible to allow you to scale your business as well. So some businesses choose to grow, obviously, to add extra services, especially outsourced service agencies. And one of our clients actually was really effective in offering and middlemaning this service for a fee. Yeah. Obviously, for them, there's no travel, there's no cost in terms of just their time in the day of managing this from a desktop. And so they were given, I think it was something in the region of 5,000 inspections to do. And they needed to get 5,000 inspections into InventoryBase to trigger emails to all the tenants to set up the live inspections. So we added to our import tool. So they basically they dropped a spreadsheet in, and it emailed 5,000 tenants their own unique code on their own unique day in order to, triggered trickled across the day and week to do inspections. And so now the company is, I think they've already began, but they're, it's managed everything end to end for them. And when the tenants then come to collect, they just click a button in their email, and it calls the property manager, and they connect live and start the report. So it's we've made it super easy for someone to administrate doing the work. Yeah. And our customers are benefiting by providing this service and middlemaning this service for an otherwise, thin agents who are, they've reduced their resource. Obviously, some people are still furloughed here and there, and so it's allowing them to get on with their job. Obviously, continue to manage their company and make sure and being, confident that the tenants are okay, the landlord's properties are looked after.
Good. And then what advice would you offer to agents, Steve? I mean, other than obviously use the service, are you advising them how best to implement this, or?
So yeah, we obviously work with both agents and suppliers, and one thing we've really been trying to do, and this isn't really public yet in terms of our marketing, but we have so many people that work together. However, they each have their own business and they do their own jobs, and then they work and they help each other and they collaborate, whether it's agents working with various suppliers, whether it's various suppliers working with many agents. And so InventoryBase allows agents and suppliers, like I mentioned, to connect together. Yeah. So my advice to agents would be, come on board with InventoryBase. even if you have suppliers who are already using InventoryBase, nothing
Yeah.
needs to change, because you can have those suppliers as part of your team. You can do internal inspections, office audits, Legionella, every type of report that you think of. We've even launching as a Kerfuffle exclusive EICRs, home buyer survey site notes, and gas safety reports. So really, really being able to help all the service agencies with as much of their service delivery provision as possible. And with that, as the agents signing up, we work with Belvoir, we work with Chesterton's, we work with Property Franchise Group, we work with many offices around the country.
Great blue
Those
chips, yeah.
many offices of franchises as well. And what they love is that they can do those in-house things that they're fully responsible for, and they need to take responsibility for. They can add their suppliers and collaborate with their suppliers all with a click, and it's just literally a change of a drop down to send something to their suppliers instead of their in-house team. And now they can add their tenants in as well with both self-service and live inspections. And even if that's a middleman service through a supplier, the benefit of having InventoryBase obviously is that you centralize your documentation, you centralize all your audit trails and compliance, and you still have the ability to collaborate with your suppliers in a much more effective way.
Lovely, lovely. And look, whisper it quietly, but obviously you're not the only inventory company out there. Talk us through what you feel, is your main points of difference against your competitors out there.
So we've taken a platform approach to our software. I mean, we launched many years ago with a public API, and we, came open and ready to play and ready to partner with lots of different solutions out there. So we feel that platform approach has made us very modular, and the ability to build and add on things like the live inspections far easier and more at scale. We employ our own in-house team. So like I mentioned, there's I think we were talking it before the call. There's 18 people that are supposed to be in this office. It's very empty right now. Half of them are full-time software engineers. So we operate, we develop in-house. We maintain and run all our own infrastructure in-house. Everyone that sees any data, obviously with regards to data privacy, access to personal data and things like that, it's very locked down, and only the system operators of our company can access that information, which keeps our security very tight. There's no risk of outside essentially exposure or access to
which is vital considering the information you hold, of course. So that's really
but
important.
even more of what I think the biggest benefit we've got is our ability to innovate and our ability to scale, and you've seen that over the last year. We're able to adapt to the market really quickly.
Every time you get on the call, Steve, I'm just blown. Some people talk about updates, and it's like, there's a little there's a new button here, a new button there, but to churn out this continual enhancement engine that you do is really impressive. So I don't mind telling you that.
And it's done right, and thank you. But what I'm passionate about is how things are built, the infrastructure and the software. I'm a big software geek. I have been since I was 12 years old. And I really, the tech is really slick, and I could geek out on the tech for hours. And I appreciate it's not the kind of thing that our audience want to hear. But in terms of us being able to rapidly build a solution like that, it's done perfectly as well. It's done in a way that scales, whether it's suddenly the next day one person uses it or 1 million people use it, and across the world. I'm really impressed with the team's ability to develop good tech and good software and things that we can enhance and continue to provide more and more value to our customer base. And any one of our customers will tell you that some of them have been with us 7 years. And you should get them on here and ask them to explain how InventoryBase has changed. And the amazing thing is how we've been able to change and adapt and improve the software so much without really changing it from a training perspective or from a use perspective, and so it's when we do roll out updates, we roll them out in a way that it doesn't interrupt or change the existing experience.
Companies that shall remain nameless, but I may have been spoken to previously. You feel their customers hear, oh God, here's another update, and things. Updates should be a positive thing rather than a Jesus Christ, what's it going to break?
I feel for any company that rolls out updates and has issues. We all have issues. There's always a little teething issue. Again, with the infrastructure we've got, if, for example, we rolled out an issue, we'd know that issue before anyone else. And so the way that we're on top of our infrastructure, we're reporting things like that. Generally, our customer base aren't exposed to the issues that we do. But if there is an issue, we can fix it within 15 minutes. And that's the beauty of having an in-house team.
No,
Is we are working, around the clock to make sure that the system and the operations are available and secure and everything.
Great, absolutely fantastic. So let me summarize this then in terms of how I see this. Is you've obviously got instant inspections is the first point here. Agents can conduct remote and live inspections, instantly, as we said, with tenants for inspections, maintenance issues, quote for works, and more from there. It's cost effective and efficient, as you've already highlighted there. Who couldn't afford to get on board even the enterprise model in there. Agents can save time without physically attending the properties or organising visitation times around shading or vulnerable tenants. Obviously absolutely vital at the moment and likely to be for the foreseeable, even with the vaccines obviously on the horizon. And of course, that does leave more time for more business as well. You've got instant evidence and data capture, as we saw from the video there. So that came across very, very strongly. And live means now, so you get the reports done faster without extra travel time while still trying to keep things personal. That really summarizes what you're about as a business. And again, just reinforcing again with this product update, isn't it?
Right, exactly. And what you said there as well with maintenance issues, another benefit that we found, and obviously we'll see more and more use and application of live inspections as we go. The beginning, it was an alternative to self-service, but now we're seeing people liking it as a training tool, so sending new staff out in the field and having the professional from desktop being able to guide them around and how to do their job effectively. But diagnosing maintenance issues, what better way than just connecting with a tenant, having them actually press the button or open the window or do something functional that can actually demonstrate what the problem is, without having to send someone around there just to diagnose that. So you're cutting out half the cost of repairs just by being able to diagnose virtually.
Perfect. Yeah, we're really, really good. Well, look, as ever, we always encourage, obviously, our wonderful kerfufflers to have a look on the site, and let's just have a look here. Has that refreshed? Okay, can you see your wonderful inventory base? Cool. Okay, so here's obviously anyone have a good look about any business here. So come and have a look at Steve's business as a whole overview section there, giving a lot more information. We're going to have a look just here though for the reviews, and as you can see here, we've got a review here from Sebastian at Supplier. Fantastic app for inventory professionals. This little app makes reports creating a breeze with highly efficient management tools, schedule bookings, and team management. The team is continuously improving the software for the user's benefit. Highly recommended. Good to see he's reinforcing that there. And I've got a separate one here from Sally Justin Lloyd. Really positive experience. InventoryBase is simple to use and intuitive. The best part is that it can be emailed to tenants and they can add their own comments prior to us completing the documents and sending to the landlord. The comments are still there when you do the move out. Couldn't be easier. So again, one of those wonderful,
thank you guys,
and nice concise ones there again. So everyone,
and Sebastian,
always do your homework.
Sebastian and actually and Sally as well, they've been with us many years. So to see Sebastian just 20 days ago say that they love the software and it keeps developing and things like that, that's great to hear.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I think one of the strengths of one of the most powerful thing you ever see about testimonials and reviews is where you see companies willing to stand up to the base for you and talk about it time and time again, because that shows innovation and a continued delivery, which is fantastic. And Steve, look, you did mention you leaked it earlier, but we don't mind that. Just talk us through, just again, summarize for people if they want to reach out to you, obviously establish they're a Kerfuffle member, or obviously go via our website and just click I'm interested, and we will forward all leads through to you. But could you just reiterate exactly again the deal you've got on the table?
Absolutely, yes. If you come through the Kerfuffle website, you'll get the first 3 months for the price of one. We'll help you with things like data migration, importing your old original reports so they're ready for the checkout or the next inventory or next inspection. And it'll come all inclusive for a £50 fee. Basically, you'll get 3 months of all of the use of the software, unlimited reports, including self-service and live inspections.
Absolutely fine. Well, thank you once again for thinking us
Thank
and
you.
our little pink empire here, but it's lovely there. Already looking forward to the next webinar, Steve. I don't know when it'll be, probably a couple of weeks.
So am I.
We'll
Still got my
there
hat
you
here
go.
as well. Look at that. I can't get it on top.
Well,
I've got to rest it on the head. There you go.
it looks a little bit odd if I'm honest, but then that's absolutely fine. Steve, congratulations. That sounds like an absolutely great release. We'll put this information out to everybody, but look forward to catching up with you soon.
And you. Thank you, Simon. Take care,
Cheers.
everyone.
Bye, Steve.
Bye now.